Yeah. Funny. Real fun. Okay. Just get in the game here.
How am I supposed to get to this thing?
Turn that off.
If there's one thing I do not like about the frickin' first game, it's just mountain goading this frickin' Mako up the side, up the, like, on like every planet you have to go to.
Whatever, man, I guess. What are you gonna do? Hey guys, welcome back to U-Boat. I decided that I was gonna do a live stream of this because my mom actually slowed down the recording process, that which I was doing this morning, but I had to take care of some stuff. So we're going live at this point because I don't really want to delay in posting anything, so I decided to make this a live stream. The first part of this episode technically will be released tomorrow. That is not live. However, due to my mom putting a little wrench in my plans, I didn't really feel like combining two videos, etc., etc., so I decided to go live. Can you put the shade down? I got a massive glare right now. It's not fun. Thank you again. Are we above this surface or below it? We're on a dive schedule. Okay. But it's so black I can't tell if we're under the water or above it. I want to say we're underneath it because the guys at Periscope Death. Okay. So I'm gonna actually slow down the ship. Actually, I think we got something on the. Yes, we actually do. Alright, so for the time being, we're gonna let my captain sleep for what little bit of time we do have so that he's not exhausted. Alright. So, with us being under the water, to the best of my knowledge, we're going to put him on the hydrophone. and we're gonna complete the rest of this trip until we intercept this thing that I'm intercepting right now. We're gonna time compress that, and let's make sure that I'm going in the right direction here. Yes, we are headed towards the right direction. Okay, we're about 7 kilometers out from the target, so I'm gonna get ready to get our captain and such up so that he can be ready and raring, ready to go by the time we get this thing in sight. But I'll probably do that about 5 clicks exactly. Yes, we're about 2 kilometers from the target. So I'm gonna get him back on the attack periscope, and we'll get ready to prepare ourselves to attack a possible target.
Äußerste Kraft voraus. Große Fahrt voraus.
Alright, now we're gonna intercept the target, looks like. I just had to speed up the ship a little bit. Wait until it comes into range and then I'll stop it. And then we'll adjust based on what we see here. Okay, so I need to stop that ship.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Like now. Actually, in all honesty, I want to throw it in reverse a little bit.
Langsame Fahrt zurück.
Because I think that's a little close to be trying to target the thing, so. But we are going to get everybody targeting this here. It looks like a neutral ship, but yep, it's a neutral ship. So, unfortunately, we gotta go and board this one.
Alle Maschinen stopp. Anblasen. Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter. Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Alright,
Eine
now
Fahrt voraus.
we're gonna begin to intercept this boat. And it might be the one that I tried to intercept earlier. However, I don't exactly know that for sure,
Kurs setzen.
to tell you the truth. So,
Funktelegramm gesendet. Alle Maschinen stopp.
okay. Cool. Now, let's see what happens. Send a delegation to the freighter. Again, this actually might be the same ship that I did on the other recorded piece, but I don't know that for sure. Alright, so host Webster is going to go with us. That being said, this screen is very, very black. I got the darker night setting on, so this screen is very, very black. I apologize if it's hard to see, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna let you guys read this because I'm not very good at reading these. So I'll just give you a minute to read that and then I'll continue.
You can't read it, but
No,
alright.
it would take me too long to read this.
And do you hold your horses? Captain of this freighter helps your crew to get to the deck and greet each member of your delegation with a willkommen.
Yeah, that's German for welcome.
He then introduces himself as Bernard Walls. He knows only basics of the German speech, but luckily Albert Vogel from your group speaks fluently in English, so there's no language barrier. After exchanging some pleasantries, he invites you to his office so that you will be able to comfortably talk in private, and he will be able to show you the documents that may be needed. Say yes.
Mm-hmm.
The captain leads you into his office and offers to make offers offers to make yourself comfortable. I take it that you want to have a look at our shipping documents. Yes. Say yes. Obviously. You ask the captain for the documents that state what cargo is loaded on his ship and where they are heading. He was ready for that since he has these documents already prepared and hands them to you right away. He looks a bit nervous when you carefully analyze the document contents. Uh, According to the documents, his ship is direct is directed at Port of Bergen and transports utilities. If these documents are correct, the ship is not involved in a war effort, and sinking it would lead to a diplomatic incident of some degree. The top one. State with confidence that the cargo is not normally. Yeah, the middle one. He seems to go. Yeah, go to that one.
So we can't get him.
Can't get him, but he. No, wait.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
make sure he
confirms
doesn't
that you
have-
can have a look if that's what. Oh, you're looking.
Right.
Okay, so you just gotta wait for them to.
I just speed this crap up because there's no sense in
Yeah,
waiting.
you want to
frickin'.
search them because he looked
Yeah.
again. He looked nervous.
Yeah, that's I
If
don't
if
like that, but we'll see.
If he had nothing to hide, he wouldn't look nervous.
Right. But we'll see if this guy actually is lying through his teeth or not.
Okay. An officer from your group looked around the freighter accompanied by a talkative sailor who speaks some German. He shared his view on the war and told about his uncle that married a woman from Hamburg. Regarding the search, nothing suspicious was found. Officer looked at some of the cargo but haven't found anything unusual. Hit
Right.
continue.
So I can't get him. Figures.
View the transported goods.
Yeah, that's nothing I
Yeah,
can.
that's nothing. Alright, I think you can go then. I guess you can. I'm pretty sure you can let it.
No, actually, for this game you have to buy the rifles.
Yeah, but there's no way they wouldn't have been. They would have walked onto that ship unarmed after
True.
boarding it, Lee. So they would have at the very least all had sidearms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess we go back to the freaking dive schedule. But that's after we switch the crew members out, put a fresher guy on the engines.
Diese besetzen. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe brauchen.
Alright, well, I guess we get going here and we make a new course in this patrol zone here and continue with our patrol.
Lossetzen.
I'm just gonna map it all out and then we'll get the throttle going. I do not like patrolling the areas this close to the land, but it is what it is.
Oh,
Lossetzen.
where are you? Just off the coast of Europe?
France and England, and the Netherlands and Belgium.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
But since I have collision damage on because it's 93% realism, I have to be very, very careful around this crap.
Telegramm gesendet. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Alright, well, I guess what we do is we just time compress this and see if we find anything out there. That's pretty much all we can do right now. Is just hope we find something. But it's so pitch black right now, it's crazy. I don't think the guy on the bridge is gonna find something. I really don't. Not out here.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Okay. So now we're going to periscope death. So I need to get somebody on that. So we can get to work.
Horschraum besetzen. Herr Kanal, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rückzug eingesteuert.
Alright. I need to slow down the ship
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
to forward 1. And we can, you know what, I forgot to use the air compressor, so next time we come up, I'm gonna have to do that. I completely forgot about it, but our levels are still okay, so I guess I'll just have to remember to use the compressor next time we come back up. But we should have enough compressed air to fire a torpedo if we need to. I completely forgot about that. Let's time compress this so that this doesn't take forever. I do have it on a dive schedule for every 3 hours they're gonna come up to service, and then after so many hours they're gonna go back down automatically. And because we have a full crew of all of our officers, each type of officer, it should be pretty easy to do that. I'm basically time compressing this because I don't want it to take forever for you guys to find something. I could go to the map and make it faster, but looking at the map the entire time is kind of boring. So we're gonna have a little bit of a change of scenery. I'm not gonna go outside the ship because it's too black. So we're gonna sit right here where we can see everything. As you can see, the screen is just black. Can't see nothing because of the darker nights. Again, I would say that this is on 93% realism. The only thing I don't have on is the contacts and the manual targeting. Those two things are turned off. Most people sometimes will use it so they have to spot things manually. I physically can't do that due to my disability. So those are the only thing that are on basically the easy setting. Other than that, we are at as real as it gets here. So I'm playing with hard AI, I'm playing with hard everything else, but I do have the contacts and the auto aim system turned on. But that is it. So this is just about as hard as it's gonna get when it comes to game difficulty. But we will see if we find anything in this 3-hour stint that we're underneath the water. Kind of looks weird with everybody going fast, but for the fact of the stream, I don't want to make you guys sit there for hours because, again, sometimes this game, like, they're blowing the tanks here. So we're going back to the surface. And now I'm going to get the air compressor going. Can't forget that anymore. It says they already turned on the air compressor. So I need to get my skipper, if it'll let me, back on the bridge with 2 people up there. That'll help increase the range there. And once again, I'm gonna time compress this with a night this dark. I don't expect him to find anything, but even so, we will try. And I will let you guys know if we do find anything. And if you guys want to talk to me in the chat, go ahead. Drop something in chat. Because I know it kind of can be dry while we're sailing around on here trying to find some targets. So feel free to talk to me in the chat, whatever. Because I know it can be kind of dry, even for me it is. As you can see, the nights are so black on the darker night scale that you can hardly see the ship. And it makes it worse because I'm sitting on a HD gaming monitor. So this is very, very dark on my front. You guys can probably see a little bit better than I can because you're on a different type of monitor, but I can't see nothing. So usually during nighttime, I don't even leave this view. I stay inside the ship the whole time because, as you can see, you can barely see what's going on here. So, I probably should run that pump, to be honest. Pump. Get that water out of there, if there is any. There isn't any water in the bilge, at least at this point. Usually you have to periodically check that because you do, normally you do get water in there periodically. And I forgot to speed up the ship. What am I doing? Huh. I usually run underneath the surface on dead slow, but I completely forgot to go back to normal standard speed, guys. Man, I'm really off my game today. Come on, guys. Find me something. The one thing I don't like about this game, it takes forever to find some stuff sometimes. Sometimes you don't find anything at all. And this is only our second patrol in the series. And we sunk the first bar for the tonnage war all the way full. I just need a couple more ships again and we'll fill up the second bar. That's how good we did on the first patrol. But this second patrol just seems to be dead right now. I do not know why. But the last patrol, we found stuff left and right. It was insane. I think it was like 100,000 tons that we put under last time. It was absolutely insane. What time is it? Can't be. Oh, it's 4 in the morning. Okay, we got a little bit more until it's frickin' daytime. But I guess we'll speed this up again so it's not taking forever. Well, still might take forever, but at least it'll take less time. I could speed it up more, guys, but to be honest, I don't really like sitting on the map the entire time. Because it's kind of boring for you guys, if that makes sense. You know, who wants to sit there and stare at the map the whole time? I really don't want to do that to you guys. So, it's getting to be daytime, so I think I'm gonna slow down the game just a little bit. Watch us sail across the water for a couple minutes, and then we'll speed up again. The sun is just coming over the horizon, as you can see, which means the skipper on the bridge is probably gonna have a better time doing this eventually, but this is really taking a long time. Oh! Yikes. Okay, that was a little bit interesting. What just happened? Let's get somebody on that radio again. I don't know what the heck happened there. Something happened, so we'll see what's up. See if somebody... Oh, what the heck? Why is it giving me that signal thing? Like something happened. I guess I'll just get rid of it. Really, I don't know what else to do. I gotta make sure we're headed the right course again, because I think I accidentally altered it. Yes, I did. So I have to recourse this whole dang thing, because I accidentally altered where it was going. So bear with me, guys. I'll get off of this stupid map in a few minutes. I don't really like patrolling these waters this close to the land. Yeah, there could be more targets out here, but it just, I don't like to have chances that I will crash into something. So that's the only reason I don't like it. Almost have to do this just to avoid hitting the land. But what we'll do is we'll come down like this, just so that we get that part of the land covered. Well, the sea, I should say, not really land. And here we go. So I guess we just go with the course I just mapped up. I do apologize for that. That's something I did on accident. Didn't realize that I had canceled all the things, but it is what it is. And I do appreciate you guys watching the stream. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It would help me out. Because I kind of do this as like, even though I'm not monetized yet, for me it's kind of a job to me at this point. So I do this for work, at least from a mental perspective. So, I really put my heart and soul in these things, these videos I make for you. I don't really live stream too much, but again, I had a caveat get thrown into my plans from this morning, so I decided to live stream. And probably should move that webcam a little bit. And then again, I accidentally altered the course. I keep doing that on accident. You know what? I'm getting this microphone out. Screwing with my mouse. There, maybe that'll help. But unfortunately, now I have to remap this. Unfortunately. Typically don't have this much of an issue with remapping, but I keep bumping something with my mouse that's making me do that. And I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm trying not to do it. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about this game is how long it takes to find something sometimes. Because it kind of makes it boring for both me and you. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast. Really. To be honest. I want to go under the water. When's the next time you guys go under the water? If you guys don't know, I have them on a dive schedule. So they'll go under the water at specific times during the day. I know they're on the surface most of the time. Because I set it up like that. But that's because I can't sit under the water for 10 hours straight. Your oxygen level just gets to the point where it's dangerous if you do that. You can do it, but it's very, very dangerous. I don't like doing it. Come on, give me something here. Man, I'm trying to get you guys some opportunity to kill some stuff, but my skipper's just about dead, pretty much. You know, he needs some sleep, so... Oh, they're going to Periscope Depth. Awesome. So, actually, let's pause the game for a minute. And I normally just pause it when they go back under, because it's just easier to keep track of everything. Let's get somebody on the listening room, and then we'll jack down to forward one. Went a little bit too much. And then what we'll do is we will actually, I'm going to stop the ship because I have to remap that again, because I accidentally again pushed that stupid button here. No! I do not like how sensitive this is sometimes. Yeah, funny. Okay. So we are down to forward 1, which is good. I can unpause the game at this point. But I do want to take the alarm off. Because I got some people that really need to get some sleep.
Alarm beenden.
Okay, that was a little bit interesting for my taste. I've actually never had that happen to me before. I accidentally click on the alarm before I wanted to. So, we're now going forward 1, and I'm gonna remap this course again. And do things a little bit different though, because of the fact that we are underwater at this point. We're gonna come down over here, and we're gonna go out to... Man, it's so hard to do this right because we're so close to the shore.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Wird erledigt, Herr Kanone. Kurs setzen. Jawohl.
And then what we'll do is we'll just go like that. That's what we'll do. And well, I guess at this point we just time compress.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Torpedorohr 3 gewartet. Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Jeez. The seas are really dead over here. And I'm not exactly sure why they're so dead. Maybe the game is trying to give me the finger or something because I destroyed them on the first mission. I don't know.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
That's crazy though.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
I'll get the skipper sleeping because he definitely needs it, no doubt. I actually named the skipper after myself, so if you guys actually don't know my real name, just look at the skipper's name. But I'm not seeing anything yet, unfortunately. I could go deeper and see if the hydrophone picks something up, but at the same time, if I do that, that's gonna cancel the dive schedule. So I kinda don't want to do that at the same time. Okay, now it's just going wacko, come on. Let's get out of that view for a minute. Because the screen is just going nuts. I'd rather see this go nuts than the other one. Because that was looking weird.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Excuse me. Yep. The seas are just dead at this point. It's crazy. Can't find nothing. And that's not entirely my fault, guys. This is nuts.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
I think this is really a dead part of the ocean that German command really has put us in right now. But it is what it is. Now I'm gonna get that air compressor going. They already have the diesel one going right now, which is fine. But I'm gonna get myself back on the bridge, searching for targets, which were not really at optimal fatigue for the skipper, but when it goes on the surface like that, I gotta have somebody up there. So, he's not terrible though. I am gonna speed him back up to
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
standard speed though. There we go. Get those engines roaring again. Hopefully we're able to find something out here, because geez, I've never seen the seas this dead. It's like they sent us in the middle of nowhere where none of the shipping goes. I mean, we found some targets, but they weren't valid targets, which is really unfortunate. But I guess we just have a job to do, and that's all we can do. That's freaking crazy. Been out here for several days now and haven't found nothing. Well, we have, but not any valid targets.
Diesel besetzen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Oh, we got something finally. Finally got something. That's crazy. Let's send that report in there. And we'll see what's going on here. I'm gonna go to interception here.
Kurs setzen.
Probably about 5 clicks is when I will go down to PD. But I do want to turn off that dive schedule because we don't want it going under the water when we don't want it to, or vice versa. So let's see exactly what we're looking at in terms of the funnel smoke once we get a chance to look at it.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Okay, so now we're actually gonna hit and go into dive mode here and get everybody situated that needs to be situated. There we go.
Kerkerleu, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rückblick eingesteuert. Auf D-Motoren wechseln.
Right.
Kurs setzen. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Kerkerleu.
If it's another neutral ship, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet. Handelsschiff, 315 Grad. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Wird erledigt, Kerkerleu.
Alright, let's get the proper people targeting things.
Ermitteln Sie eine Chance.
Okay.
Ermitteln
And you, sir. Also, we need to get the torpedoes being maintained because I want to be prepared that this is a British ship. So, we're gonna get everything set up here. I want 2 guys on here,
etwas Unterstützung.
and I want
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
no. I want you to get the torpedoes rolling.
Ja, Herr Kellermann. Ich kümmere mich darum.
Okay, let's get that one maintained, and we're gonna try and get all 4 of these maintained before we have to actually target any of these. I actually am considering. Well, actually, how far away is this? Okay. Let's pull forward a little bit. And of course, now we're gonna stop. But it looks like to me that more than likely, yet again, this is a neutral ship. Which is very, very unfortunate because I'm really trying to find some targets for you guys, but luck's just not having it. Ooh, it is a valid target. Lovely. Thank you. Finally, a valid target. This is awesome. Okay. Well, that being said,
Alles klar, ich werde mich darum kümmern.
get this one going, please. We're going to maintain at least 2 of these, and we're going to sink 2 torpedoes in this thing if we get the chance to. I'm actually going to forward this so that we can cover the rest of this distance here real quick.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Alright. So, how are we doing as far as targeting goes? We're 80% done with the targeting. So, I'm going to make sure that we have another torpedo maintenance just to make sure that we have as many as we can maintained. Yeah, we need to do all of these except for 2 of them. So let's go ahead and
Ja,
get them going again on that. And as this guy is coming in,
verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
keep in mind, guys, I am on 93% realism. The only thing I don't have on is manual targeting, and I have the fact that the contacts show up on the map. That's it. The rest of this is straight up simulation. So we're dealing with a hard AI, we're dealing with all that. Okay, how we doing? 84%. Alright. So once it crosses the T, that's when I'm going to get ready to fire this thing.
Torpedo eingebaut.
Okay, we actually do know the name of the ship at this point, so we probably could fire it. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead. There we go. We will unpause the game real quick, and I'll get the tubes going.
Rohr 1
Fire two.
bewässern. Rohr 2 bewässern.
And what we'll do is we'll fire two.
Rohr 1 bewässert. Rohr 2 bewässert. Los!
Those. Empire Lapping. Lapwing. Empire Lapwing. Make sure these are on target. What in the world? It fired 3. I only told it to fire 2. That is weird. Oh well. Won't be a complete waste.
Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
40 seconds till impact. Hopefully it works. I accidentally somehow fired 3 off when I'm pretty sure I told the guys to fire 2 off, but we'll see. Hopefully the 2 hit. "20 seconds. Toy 4.
Schwere Schäden.
Serious damage. 2 hits, so that transport is absolutely screwed. 2 good hits right there. Awesome. 2 good hits.
Fehlschuss.
2 good hits. So yeah, I don't expect him to actually survive that,
Rohr 1 geladen.
to tell you the truth. I'd be surprised if he does.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Bestätige.
I'm actually gonna surface, and we're gonna take a couple shots with this thing with the deck gun here. But we did hit it twice, so I don't expect it to survive. We're just gonna guarantee that this goes down.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Let's go to the deck gun here. Alright.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Yeah, the crew is evacuating. which tells me, yeah, it's on its way under. But yeah, it's on its way under. You can see that now.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
That was some really, really good torpedo work. Finish her off with the deck gun. Once we get close enough, I think it's gonna go under anyway because it took 2 torpedoes out of the 3, even though I didn't really intend to fire 3. So it took the 2 that I intended to hit with it, but we're just gonna bring up the deck gun to facilitate it going under. Kind of guarantee it going on there under.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
I'm gonna stop this because it's
Alle Maschinen stoppen.
gonna come right past us, and I'm gonna let it have it for a couple minutes. The crew actually did evacuate, but even so, okay, that actually was a hit. It is listing hard. It is listing really hard. That was a bad hit for me. I'm gonna see if we can't get closer to this thing. It'll probably sink before we do, but even so, I want to make that happen so I can hit when
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
hitting that here. Oh, it went under. That completes our objective. We don't necessarily need to leave if we don't want to. We still got a
Alle Maschinen stoppen.
ton of stuff on board, so I'm gonna keep going. But that's our very first kill of the patrol.
Funktelegramm gesendet. Langsame Fahrt voraus. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Awesome. This is just good because our very first kill, and technically our final kill of the mission, but I'm gonna keep patrolling. Well, actually, though, I don't think we actually can do that. Well, we could, but I'm just going to let it do what it wants to do. That's one ship. We only found one ship in that whole stream, but it is what it is. Welcome to Port Wilhelmshaven, back from the mission. One transport in that whole mission. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But I guess the patrol we did last time, we just tore them apart, so I can't complain. U-boat badge. U-boat badge once again. That's crazy though. Yeah, we're gonna have to do another one just to complete that. But hopefully they got us some more missions that we can do.
Nötigen Sie, Herr Offizier.
I'm gonna get our
Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
torpedoes going. And I'll be right back with you guys. Lubricant. Ammunition. Food. Torpedoes. And just grab these torpedoes and we'll load them on. Alright. So now we go get our new mission, I guess. And it's dark as all get out.
Ich bin Ihr Verbindungsoffizier, um die Befehle vom BDU weiterzuleiten. Wie kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
It is really dark.
Dies sind aktuelle Einsatzbefehle vom BDU.
It's almost the morning though. Okay, finally a better spot. I've had better luck with these patrols in that particular area. So we'll see. Let's check out the crew and get some promotions that need issued out. Skills. Engine specialist. Come on. Okay, what kind of skills do you want here? Um, I'm gonna go with the gunner for him as well. But I think we're gonna end the stream here because it's getting to be halfway to 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna end the stream here and I'll see you guys next time. Hey, God bless and I hope you have a good one.